So you were saying that one of your leaders, I think it's your chicken salad chick CEO. What's his name? Jim.
That he's the COO, Jim
Oh,
Thompson.
yeah, Jim Thompson, COO. You were,
Fantastic guy.
yeah, you were saying that he doesn't care how the bread is made as long as the finished product is what it is, right? And it's good, right?
Yeah, and that was more along the lines of a trust piece for him.
Uh,
You know, he doesn't like to micromanage.
mhm.
Uh, he likes to say, "Hey, Russo, I need this done," and you get it done.
Right.
He trusts and understands that it's going to get done with a high level of integrity, and your morals are going to stay across the board very flat. So when I say that, he doesn't care about how the bread's getting made. It's more along the lines of trust as it relates to our relationship.
Exactly. That's what I was going to bring up. Because when you said that, I immediately thought back to a regional vice president that I used to partner with, and his kind of like everybody who was in his org basically knew he doesn't care how you do it as long as you get it done. And he doesn't care if you do it the right way, the wrong way. He doesn't care if you cheat. Like he just
See,
wants
that's
to hit the
that's one of the problems we talk about. And I know you and I have talked about this before. You tell the younger leaders, especially the ones that are like new in position, they want to make you happy, and you say, "Hey," and we use this, industry wide. You teach this. You don't just tell somebody, "Hey, fix food cost," because what's going to happen, especially the young ones who are fearful of their job, especially if you talk to them in a very aggressive or forceful tone, the conversation becomes, "Well, you said you didn't care how I fixed it," but they're adding like a point one to their bibs, or they're bagging the box soda or whatever it is. They're adding something, but they're fixing the numbers. You said fix it, and that's the mentality they go into. But going back to what you just said, he didn't care how they fixed it. That's not something I don't. And my a lot of my GMs in the past would tell you, I'm not going to fire you for food cost. It's not going to ever be a separation because of food cost. Now, if it's a performance issue where you're not learning, you're not intaking the information, you're not executing the systems, rhythms, routines, and processes, that's a different conversation. But if you're genuinely trying and you're genuinely making an impact, even if it's minimal at best, you'll be fine. It's about the education piece there for me.
Yeah.
But when you start to do stuff that you know is wrong because you're behind somebody that says just fix it, it never works out. You know that.
And to the leadership point, you've got the person who will teach and educate and not micromanage. And then you have the leader who says, I don't care how you fix it, just fix it. And don't tell me about it. Because then that leaves it to
Yeah.
where that, you know exactly where I'm going with this. That leaves it to
Yeah.
where if you get caught, you're going down, not me.
And not just that, if it's brought to his or her attention, what has to happen? They have to address it. And I've had those too. They don't want to know what you're doing because one, they need you, two, they like it, and three, if you find out that they are doing something wrong, you have to address it as a leader at whatever capacity you're at, whether it's an AM, a GM, a DM, director, whatever it is. Sally, the director, wants to make a $25,000 bonus this quarter. Yeah, she doesn't. He or she doesn't care how you fix stuff until something happens and somebody sees that you fix stuff this way. Then it's like,
And then others are involved. And then that's where it's
your
you,
tower falls.
it's you and me until it's you or me.
Ooh, that's a good one, Kalecki. I like that.
That's what my dad used to say all the time. Everything's good, fun and games until you can't pay your rent, until someone can't pay their rent, right? Think about
I
it.
like it a little better.
Yeah. But think about it. I mean, I'm sure you've seen it. Like you've got these high performers and all of a sudden they're gone. Like they get fired. There's some, crazy thing that happens. HR gets involved and you find out that they've been cheating on something the whole time, or they've been stealing time from people to make labor, or they've been doing something just unethical. And it's not the leader who said, I don't care how you fix it, just fix it, that's on the chopping block. It's the person who fixed it and didn't do it the way they should have.
Right.
And that leader isn't going to vouch for him or her.
Nope.
They're not going to say, hey, this person shouldn't get fired because of this,
I
this.
told you.
I mean,
Exactly.
no accountability for that leader. Like, that's the difference between being a good leader and a poor quality leader is that accountability piece and that, I guess, integrity. Like, you talk about integrity in all your books. Like, that's exactly like a perfect example of it.
No doubt. No doubt. That piece is huge, you know? You just you run across the ones that are scared, so they do what they do, and then you run across the ones that don't care and they do what they do. But at the end of the day, I will absolutely take somebody who's failing with any sort of financial issues or performance issues if they're trying and doing it the right way.
Yeah.
But that comes from next level leadership. You have to teach that. You have to build that culture.